Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wano Bros Podcast, episode 3. I'm with my esteemed co-host Austin and RJ. How we doing, boys? How are we doing?
Hello, isn't
Good,
it
good.
crazy?
Is what crazy?
It's it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Yes, it
What are these
is.
Oscars?
It's crazy how much hype this manga is getting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kagura Bachi. Yes.
You mean Shinra MC?
Oh man.
It's legitimately like Soul Eater. Like it's like the guy took Soul Eater's complete aspect of drawing and was like, "Ha, give him a sword."
Yeah.
Well, I found the
It,
panel that
it,
we were
it,
talking about.
Shinra with an enema. That's what it is.
Shinra with Enma.
Uh,
Okay, so the panel that we were talking about before we started the show is he says, "When I wash my face and look in the mirror, I see this scar, and I remember that day. So every day I start the morning with fresh hatred."
Blood thinks he's Kakashi.
I just don't know where the hype came from for this. Like, I
Cause he
looked
cut
at
like
the author that he has like two other works on my anime list, and now all of a sudden like one chapter drops and all the shit on TikTok is just enough time has passed, or it's like cook this, and then it's always the Kagura Hibachi guy, and like I don't know where this like manga out of nowhere just blew up in hype, and like it's either there's like two sides of the spectrum where it's like you have overhyping or overhating. I haven't seen like one in the middle at all.
Can I tell you why that is, Austin?
Okay, I'm ready.
Because Annie Talk is so delusional. Whenever they see an MC absolutely destroying fodder, they love to jump the bandwagon, and that's the issue. Is because you can have any shonen manga, but when you give a guy that looks trendy, like a guy that looks like Shinra, and you give him a sword, and then he cuts like 10 people that are just straight up fodder, and then you add wizards into the inclusion, then you have a bunch of any TikTok users just going nuts for this guy. That's the issue. It's just so much hype, and then I promise you, this manga is either gonna be really good or it's gonna underachieve because from what I've seen from the writing, it's the average shonen. It's like I wake up and I see this scar and yeah, it's like Kakashi's like washing his hands and he's like
Kakashi.
the blood won't get out. It's like yeah, okay.
Yeah, I kind of
It's just
see I
trendy.
kind of see your points on that though. I mean, I personally like the chapter. I thought it was pretty cold the way he was cutting up everybody, but I also thought it was really interesting that they added a sense of like magic inside of the manga before it even started. Like at least they're building the world within like the first chapter, so you know it could get pretty good down the line. Like
Yeah.
what I mean is like yes, his father can be like a stepping stone to where he needs to be eventually, like avenging his father's death, right? But I believe it could probably be a stepping stone for something much bigger later on that's going to happen during the manga. But I guess I mean literally look, everything is going to like take time to tell obviously, but I mean I like the way they're like world building essentially right now just because like they're listing out everything from the get-go.
I just feel like it's also gonna be like super like one of those super predictable like wizardry animes. Like I'm not gonna sit here because I love Blue Exorcist, but I feel like it's just gonna. Give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say to Omar's point is I see it as the kind of like the author taking notes from Demon Slayer, because I always see people compare this like manga to Demon Slayer, and the thing we talked about in the last episode with the breathing techniques and how like you get the explanation of the breathing technique, but then we don't really get confirmation of if the breathing technique is like seen or if it's real until the author says, no, it's not real. It's like, I don't know, like a figment of the imagination, or like a more like an artistic side to show like the blade's movement or whatever he said.
Yeah,
And
like to
like,
show the readers that it's actually happening
It's
instead.
essentially saying my manga would be shit without CG and cool effects.
Yeah,
Because let's be honest, Demon
that's a
Slayer
good
is
way to
just
say it.
cool effects. Like the manga did not take off until the anime
Yeah,
actually like unenveloped itself. Like the manga is cool. Like it has a cool trope, but it's just the basic shonen trope of vengeance. That's
well,
all
that
it
is like
is.
the whole reason of anime is they want to get more manga sales, so they adapt shows that they think or mangas that they think if the anime does well, then the manga sales will go up, and then when manga sales go up, you get more seasons, which is why there's a lot of shows that, might be very good animes, but the manga didn't like really, I guess, inherit that same success as the anime, so then they didn't make extra seasons at that time. One of my favorite shows that doesn't have a season 2 is My First Girlfriend is a Gal.
Yeah, that
So
show slaps. Nobody
if you
said that.
watched
Nobody
it,
said
it's
ever.
like it's a
Nobody
good
said
fun
ever.
show.
Dude, it has its moments. I watched that show, I think maybe a couple years back, and I wouldn't watch it again. I don't know. It's one of those shows where it's like this.
RJ's just a
y-
romance hater.
No, dude, I put everyone onto romance. I love romance.
You just hate the game
I
he had.
I
That
personally
that show was just not romance. That show was legitimate. Like
so
if Fodder was an MC, it'd be him. Like the guy's so down bad.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the show.
That's why you like Rent a Girlfriend, and that's why you like like.
Listen, there. I bet you $1,000 every anime viewer has their little like guilty pleasure show
Oh
or
no,
like a
that's
little
cool.
degenerate show that they just watch. They don't even like it. They just watch it because they're like, I don't know. I just watch it, and either it's so bad that it's enjoyable, or they just watch it for because they somehow enjoy it even though it's so bad.
So
So
Austin essentially enjoys reverse harems.
hey
I hate
yo.
harems.
He likes reverse harems because
Okay. Remember the manga? I mean, not the manga, the anime I put you onto, RJ. My love story.
which one? I
My
never
love.
finished it really.
You
I mean,
never
I
finished
did.
my love
I
story.
no, I didn't watch. I didn't finish the anime. I read the manga.
Yeah,
I just
I
didn't like
think
the.
I
I don't.
know
I
that.
hate when they do like the whole moving aspect. Like, oh, we need to move.
Oh my!
Yeah,
I
Like
hate this anime.
I'm sorry you're married to the Hulk. Like,
like no, like dude, it was a sweet
what's
story,
his
all
name?
right?
Taku. Taku.
Talk.
Taku.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Takeru.
Main character. The main character
no,
is Taku.
no. It's like Takio.
I just
Takio.
said that. I just said that.
No, you didn't say Takio. You said something
I
else.
just said Taco.
You said
Yeah,
taco. That's
What?
different.
I heard Takeo.
Okay, my bad. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's
I
not a
love
good
Story was
show.
okay. The manga did it better, in my opinion.
Yeah, the manga did do it better.
The
I
characters'
mean,
voices are just annoying, and they kind of like play out the same trope every single episode.
This
So
guy
I got
was
bored
I
of
mean,
it.
I personally liked it.
the
I
guy.
liked the
Yeah,
show. Like,
it
it
was a
was really good.
sumo from Edo period Japan, just thrown into the 21st century.
I just like the way I just like the really like the first scene where he's like on the train and she happens to be there and this guy's fucking like trying to grope her.
So every anime. Okay.
Yeah, but like he beats the shit out of him. It's just like he's like, "Hey,
This is a menace,
what
bro.
are you doing right now?" Like he stood over him.
That burning building scene was fire.
Yeah, that was a real turning point.
Bro
in the
came out
series.
like he looked like Armin from season 3 of Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
like a cookie.
If you want a good romance with a good train scene, just watch My Dress Up Darling.
That's the only one I kind of accept because it's kind of wholesome, but it's like not degenerate at the same time. Like it's
It's
a little.
animated so well, but I guess I have a sweet spot for Cloverworks and their works because I like all their anime to be honest, and how they kind of do like the more like I don't know if it's like photorealistic, but like the animation where like it looks almost like it's real life with
Yeah,
like how they do
yeah.
motion.
I think their saturation is just like above like a lot of other animes. Like if you look at like
I
say
think they
like
do Spy Family.
let's say like a not a romance anime, kind of this is like Charlotte. Have you seen Charlotte?
Yeah.
Like kind of like that, but it just doesn't have enough color in those shows. Like those shows are good, the writing's like pretty good. I enjoy those shows, but I think aesthetically pleasing wise, like shows made by like Cloverworks are just, or even like U2 Studio or other animation like studios that work in like new gen and like use more CG. Even though people like to call it out and say like it's not drawing based, like it's a slice of life for a reason. You're not like fucking having these crazy action sequences like One Piece. Like
Or
it's
like
okay
Mob
to use
Psycho.
CG, yeah.
Mob Psycho
Like it's
was
fine to
amazing.
use CG in those type of shows.
I think Mob Psycho might have some of the best animated fights in all of anime.
Because they're all drawn. I think everyone respects drawn fights.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that fight in season 2, it's not even like the main fight. Like the side fight with the blind guy is just like one of my favorite fights of all time. Cuz
What's
I
that,
just
yeah. What's that one scene from Mob where he's watching the fight and then you just see him pull up on some shit? I heard like he's watching the fight from like afar and he's seeing like where they're going, and then you just see like the guy pull up into the screen, just punch the hell out of him.
Yeah, I think it's that fight.
Pretty sure it's that one, yeah.
Because in that fight too, they have that cool like, it's the guy with the gun, and then
Yeah,
they switch to first person, and he's like trying to shoot the gun, and then he just appears right
that
in
one,
front of him.
yeah, that one, yeah.
And then the end of it was so cool when they're all fighting, and Mob just is walking like a boss into the fucking area, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like the guy, like the blind guy's like, "Oh shit, something bad's coming this way, and I need to get the hell out of here." And
I
it's
mean,
Mob Psycho.
yeah. I think my
What about?
favorite part of the series was like towards the end of things. I mean, at first I actually didn't like it, and I thought the series was actually going to continue after it, but I didn't like it at first because I didn't realize it was Dimple. Because I didn't realize it was Dimple until later, until it was like really shown that it was Dimple.
What was Dimple?
Like the end of the series, like the last fight. Like,
The broccoli fight?
yeah.
You're not talking. So okay, that's not the last fight. The last
No.
fight is when Mob goes like psycho mode
Yeah, but
because he gets hit by that car, and they're like, "Okay, he got hit by a car. Guess what?
You
Mob
live.
don't know no one. He's going on a rampage. The whole city's about to die." But then he got rejected, and they're like, the whole city's like, "Okay, well, I mean, he got rejected by his crush, so I guess we could just let him slide without paying all the damages."
Did you hear how fucked up that sound?
That's what happened. Is that not what
I
happened?
agree.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like
I mean,
that
think
really
about.
alley
work.
scene. He's just
I
sleeping
mean-
on the alley scene.
Yeah. It was
Oh, like that first viral fight.
Yeah, the when Mob's in the alley with his brother.
Yeah, and he's like, "Let him go," and then
And
he just he bull rushes him like Aiden Hutchinson.
yeah. No.
What about Prison School? You guys ever watch Prison School?
No, we are not talking about that on this podcast. That
Why?
shit is
It's
so
so
funny, though.
funny.
Dude,
It's
dude, when they're in
hilarious.
the shower scene, that shit
Yeah.
is so funny. Where he's pulling up, he goes, guys, and he sees the shadows.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Or wait, are you talking about in the beginning of the series, or when they're trying to
No,
like plan out the escape plan?
They're kind of playing out the escape plan in the
Yeah.
showers, and then
And he
one of the
falls
other
down.
prisoners, yeah, he falls down, and it looks like he's giving oral to the dude. One of the other prisoner guys, the high school boys, come by, and they're like, he's trying to talk to them, and when he walks past the fucking shower room, he sees a shadow, and he hears, oh, oh.
Hey,
And then he's like, he like hides. He's like, "God, did I see that right?" And then he looks back, and then he had to turn around. The main character turns around, and then it looks like they're like having anal. And then he goes back, and they're like, "Dude, you've been acting so weird since you tried to go take a shower." And he's like, the guy's like, I don't know if you guys want to know this or not, but I think,
And
what's
that's
his
when I
name?
stopped watching the show.
Gokaku. What?
I don't know.
You watched
don't
it for the
blame you, RJ.
comedy, not the story. I
do
think
not
Prison
blame
School is one of
RJ.
the funniest animes I've ever seen. So
It is really funny.
I do
A
And
not
little
then
blame
JoJo's
degenerate,
is close.
yes.
All right, let's dive into Austin's opinions about.
No, not the Marine Ford take.
No, not the
No.
Marine Ford take. We're not getting into that now. We're looking into that later.
I
But
wish you guys were caught up with
the-
JJK.
No, we. Oh, just not on the manga yet.
Oh, dude, I wish.
But your Fishman Island take. What are you really taking away from it right now?
I think I'm just really taking away just more like storytelling aspects of it, and how you kind of have this like thought of the fishmen throughout the whole series because you only see Arlong, and then you sort of get like a different opinion when you see Jinbei, because it's like, okay, this is a fishman, he's like helping us, and he's obviously not a part of, Arlong's crew.
Because he's
But
in.
now you get more and more backstory about how Arlong turned out the way he did and why the fishmen turned out the way they did. And throughout the flashback with Fisher Tiger and Princess Otohime, you really like start to doubt, like, do I really hate Arlong? Like, yeah, back then when you don't know like their situation or their backstory, it's like, okay, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. He's like ruining Nami's village. He's killing people for no reason. But then you learn the
Follow me.
backstory, and it's like, I can see how like the circle of hate like comes back to like it always bites someone in the ass, whether it's the people who hated the fishmen in the first place, or now like new generations that don't really know about the fishmen, and then their first impression of a fishman, like Nami's, is Arlong, who is like a tyrant, kills people, killed her like like mother figure.
Otohime?
Yeah.
Bellamere.
Oh, Bellamere.
No, not Odahime.
No, yeah,
Bellamere.
I got
Yeah,
lost there, but yeah, Bellamere.
and
Yeah, that's just
then
water.
even like the
That's
assassination
so.
of Princess Odahime, I really feel like I doubted that a human did it because it was really weird how like Hody Jones was just like there already to kill the guy. And it makes me feel like because he saw the shift in Jinbei from how Jinbei and the fish and like the Sun Pirates were to like what they were after Jinbei became a warlord, and like the movement catching more progress of like uniting fishmen and humanity together. It made me feel like I think Hobie Jones might have assassinated the princess, and I'm only like halfway through Fishman at this point. So
Does he know?
if it does come out that he is like the real culprit, then I guess I predicted it, but that's just what I got from it. And then, I mean, the slow start to a Fishman Island, like, what are you gonna do? Every One Piece arc starts slow as hell. You just got to get through it.
Mhm.
Now I know that. I don't really like let it affect my viewing experience anymore, but doesn't mean I like Marineford anymore.
Yeah, well, your reasonings for not liking Marineford are just.
I mean, I hate Hody Jones. I'm not rocking with him.
You mean Horty?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
His
those
name's
perks.
Hody.
No.
H
It's
O D Y.
No, Hordy Jones is the one on Block Fruit, Omar. It's Hody Jones in the One Piece.
Oh no, Black Fruit.
What you think Fujitora's fajita?
No. What?
No, but
No.
like I was saying, Hody Jones, he's a bum. He's the perk collector. Those perks were kicking his ass in Fishman Island. Not rocking with him.
Mm-mm.
L tier racist.
He's like almost like a bottom dollar like version. Like he's like the Big Lots Arlong to me. Because
Big
he has the
lots.
same skin, same like skin tone. He has like the same body physique. Like he, besides the nose, it's basically Arlong,
And the perks.
Bro's a
who's like
racist.
and he's like a little bit fatter. I don't know, he's a little bit chunkier. But like Zoro put the whooping on him already underwater, and then they got Zoro in them, which, uh, Zoro's eye. I had a theory about Zoro's eye when I saw it, and I thought it was kind of stupid.
He's got the
It was
Sharingan.
almost it was almost like I don't know if any watched Eminence in the Shadow
Yes,
when
I
when
am a.
Sid is in like that area that they go to for like the first hero, the elf hero. Alpha's like ascendant or
Yeah.
descendant or ancestor, and he is closing his eye to like hoard magic into it. Now that I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like
You think it's a good.
Zor
Okay. I see what
hockey
you mean.
eye, yeah,
I think. I mean, this is a funny theory I have. You know, Fraud Hawk. He probably caught Mihawk painting his sword black, so that's why he had to cut one eye off.
Fraud Hawk.
Yeah, he caught Mihawk painting his sword black because he's fraudulent. No, but in all seriousness, I think his eye isn't really like damaged under there. I think there's a big reason why people call Mihawk Hawkeye, and why he has the best observation hockey in the verse, and there's a reason why he's also Zoro's master, and I think there's a reason why he has one eye closed.
could it
Even though
be
Toby, yeah.
a transplant like the freaking Uchihas did in
Oh
Naruto, where
hell no.
they would like, oh dude, I couldn't
Like light
imagine
bulbs.
like taking your eye out and putting a new one in. How the hell do you do that?
Just passing that shit around like a blunt, bro.
Yeah, Nightmare
Hey,
rotation, Madara.
yo, everybody done seen Obito's eyes.
Oh nah.
Bro, Obito saw him, Kakashi,
Obito's spinning
Madara.
the block right now.
We don't want to talk about Obito's
Tetsuo.
eyes because I'll go into a whole 10-minute rant about Sakura not stabbing him. And
Do
Yo,
it.
like,
that pissed me off
Do
so
it.
bad.
oh
Do
my
it.
gosh,
Oh
she
my
has
god.
one job the entire Great Ninja arc. Besides like besides that stupid little ass punch that she does to Kaguya at the end, her whole purpose should have been take out the eye. You literally stop Madara for like in like at least like 50% of his strength, and she's being a little bitch because she can't make a decision. It's the same thing with like her and these fucking kunais, man. These kunais, she's always doing kunai shit in the show, and I've never seen her actually use a kunai. Has anyone actually ever seen Sakura hit someone with a kunai?
No.
10-10, of course. Not 10-10, of course, man. Come on. She chopped her hair off. You remember that?
Oh,
Come on.
it's so irrelevant to the show that like I forgot. I
But
think I
there's
skipped
one
that fight anyway.
there's one aspect of Sakura that was low key S tier is when Naruto actually died and she was like pumping his heart. Like that was S tier. Come on.
I no. There's nothing Sakura can do ever in the history of
Yo,
the show
bro was not out of
to
frame.
forgive what she's done. From the fake love confession, by the
Oh my
way.
god, that pissed me off.
That was like, and then the fake love confession. Not only that, but then like 3 or 4 episodes later, she sees Sasuke and is like, I'll ditch the leaf for you."
That's
Like,
yeah.
bitch,
And he poisoned stabbed her in the fucking forehead.
he's about to kill her, and then
And who
Kakashi's like,
saved
he would
her?
have killed you, Kakashi.
Bro, Sasuke was off the fuck. I don't know, bro. His ADHD took control of him, bro.
Sasuke?
Yeah, bro, he was geeking. Bro
Yeah,
heard
until he
Kakashi's
joined
name
Teta and
and
got
was
his
like,
ass kicked by Killer B.
yeah, but he still had Amaterasu one-shotted him.
Amaterasu is such a stupid ability that they gave
I love it,
Sasuke.
bro. It literally is the best like verse equalizer. You can just sit here and be like, yo, like it's so stupid when you think about it. Like if you put the JJK verse against like one Amaterasu from anybody, they can't do anything to it.
So, do y'all think when Naruto gets out of that little time, like, that timescape where he's at right now, RJ?
The infinite dimension, the Kawaki thing.
Yeah, the Kawaki thing. You think Sasuke's alive first of all right now, because there's a lot of speculation right now, especially with like the new Boruto chapter where he's like, I will not hesitate to kill you. And, like he's talking to Code and he's talking to the antagonist. He's like, Boruto's like, will not hesitate to kill you, basically. And he's like, I'm not like running like before type shit. So
I don't know.
I think Sasuke might have bit the dust 2 years ago.
I don't think Kishimoto would write off his biggest deuteragonist. Well, the probably biggest deuteragonist in anime other than Zoro.
He did it before.
Probably like the
Like,
second
who-
or
who-
third
who-
most popular
Itachi.
character.
Itachi's not Itachi doesn't have that much dude. Sasuke is the deuteragonist of Naruto. He's the second like biggest character. That's like if like Oda just was like, yo, let's kill Zoro off screen. Like it just I don't know if that would work.
He's a glorified side character.
That's the complete definition of a deuteragonist, which means when the side character gets as much hype as the main character.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so could you? I mean, that's like, isn't every like secondary popular character in every anime like like a glorified side
Yeah,
character?
but no
Like
one does
that's
it
not an
really like
argument, you know?
Zoro and Sasuke, to be honest. Like, name me two. I mean, name me one that are just as popular as Sasuke and Zoro. Everyone knows Sasuke and Zoro more than any other even main characters of other animes.
I guess, man, like closest right now, maybe like Deku Bakugo.
Fuck no.
Mainstream wise,
No.
Tanjiro, Nezuko.
I wouldn't even say.
Well, I'm
Oh,
just saying, like
I
main
think the
character,
closest one is
side
Yuno. I
character.
think the closest one has to be Yuno. That's like literally the closest
Yeah,
one.
Yuno and Asti. Yeah, I'd say
That's
that's
the only
closest.
one.
Because they kind of like, not in a bad way, but they like kind of copy Naruto in that sense, and you kind of see it throughout the anime and the manga.
It's just a shonen trope. Like,
yeah, it is.
I always say it, like Black Clover is just Naruto and One Piece mixed together. You have all these crazy stupid powers.
Yeah.
The guy's born with like no powers, but has this like crazy demon inside of him, but he wants to become like king of something. It's the basic anime trope.
Pirates.
But I also wanted to bring up, whose ambition do you think is harder to complete, Luffy's or Naruto's?
Luffy's 100%.
I
Not even a
agree.
question.
I don't even like how it's a debate.
Yeah, I know.
Where's
It's
the debate at
unfortunate.
though? Twitter? Like, is it really a debate if it's only on
Luffy
Twitter?
wouldn't be Hokage. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro, like, okay,
It's
like
like-
Hokage, he has to be the strongest guy in the village. But Luffy has got to be one of the strongest people in the world,
He already is.
surpassing country level threats, which Luffy can probably handle right now. So
People really forget that the One Piece Earth is 6 times bigger than the regular Earth and has 6 moons.
And I believe the Naruto verse is smaller, right?
Dude, Konoha is the size of probably fucking New Jersey.
Yep.
Tiny. Like when Pain destroyed the cool. Like I can say it's like a state level feat, but it's like when they zoomed out of Konoha, it looked like there was only like maybe 200,000 people living there.
Not
Max.
even, bro.
Probably less. It's probably the size of fucking Clifton.
I wouldn't say that.
Konoha is tiny, bro.
Are we talking
Konoha's
about this whole like who in the Naruto verse could stop the Bajrang gun or shit
no,
debate
we're
I
not
saw
even
today?
talking about
Dude,
that, but
the
because
Vajra gun is taking out Konoha like fucking. It's like
one stomp, boom, like Code doesn't even stand a chance on that
Luffy
shit.
could just fucking just start like mashing his fingers together in Gigante form and just like, destroy Konoha. Like,
Bro
I
can
it'd
feel
take.
like I feel like the debate is like I think it's the wrong like you can't really debate I think the Naruto versus Luffy like struggle for their goal. The better is like Naruto and Asta because like it's the same like caliber of what they want to do where like the thing with Luffy is like the Pirate King is like you earn it through your like accolades and I feel like it's like a world thing.
I
Like you're the
wouldn't
king of the
say it's
pirates around the world.
strictly. I wouldn't say it's strictly through accolades though, because
Well,
you
like the
do.
one finding the One Piece, right?
Finding the One Piece makes you the king of the pirates, but it's
but it
not
also has
because
to
of
do
your.
with accolades because you have to find the poneglyphs.
You do have to find the poneglyphs, but it's not really accolades. It's like pieces to a map, essentially.
Yeah, accolades.
I wouldn't call them
Like,
accolades because they're more or less achievements, right? If you want to put it into accolades, you could say
an
like,
accolade is an achievement,
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but that,
and you can't achieve anything without the achievements, which are the road poneglyphs, the four of them that are pointing to Laugh Tale.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. I just think they're just probably just part of like a piece of a map. I don't know because
Okay, but then if you disagree, it's like so then how would you become the Pirate
Pirate
King
King
without those
without poneglyphs.
accolades? Because someone can't just be like, "Hey, I want to be the Pirate King," and then they're like, "Okay, you're the Pirate King." It's like, no, you're being the Pirate King because of your reputation and what you've done, aka your accolades
Like,
from the
yeah,
past.
there are many accolades you need to become Pirate King per se. Like, you can't, the government can't find you as some bum, and you're gonna find like the One Piece. Like, it's just impossible. Like,
imagine he miraculously just
one,
finds the One Piece.
one emperors usually hold all the road poneglyphs. Like Luffy had to go through Big Mom, through Wano and Kaido. The government's gonna look at you as like, oh, this guy's an emperor level threat. Boom, that's one accolade. Now you're a Yonko, and then boom, now you have all the road poneglyph. That's another accolade. Boom, now you're gotta verse Shanks D Rat, and then yeah.
Well, and I also wouldn't say it's solely accolades because we see in the show that like it is kind of implied that Roger is not the strongest pirate of his era, but he is the Pirate King.
Whitebeard.
Yeah, like
Oh
Whitebeard's
yeah,
stronger,
technically yeah. I
but
would say
because of
okay.
like, but Roger is the Pirate King because
But Roger's like the
his
hockey master,
accolades
so
and his like reputation.
I also think that
you know,
Roger and Whitebeard. No. I think Roger and Whitebeard are cemeterially equal. But
eh,
also, the only thing that I don't like is how they portray like an Odin that has not fought any pirates starts fighting like hand on hand, and Whitebeard, and like, Whitebeard makes like quick work out of him. But when Roger hits Odin with Kamusari, it's kind of like, yo, what the fuck is this guy made out of? Like he
yeah.
just wrecked him. But he's actually scrapping with Whitebeard the first, and this is like Odin like a year after he's been on Whitebeard's crew, so he's gone stronger. Like he can hang, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, there's definitely. I'm sorry. There's definitely a difference between Roger and Whitebeard. Whitebeard wasn't even trying for the. I'm not even gonna say that right now.
If
Also,
Whitebeard wanted the One Piece, they literally had a sit down conversation. I think Whitebeard would have found it
Well, I'm
as
just going
much
off of what
as
I've
fast
seen as well. Like
as fun.
maybe like further into the story, they maybe like say how like strong Roger is. I just haven't. The only thing I've really seen from Roger is obviously like the stuff from Logue Town, like the backstory with Buggy and Shanks, and then like the kind of the back flashbacks in Marineford when they're Whitebeard and like Roger are talking about like the next generation, One Piece, etc. And they don't really like go into like power scaling besides some like comments where they kind of like talk about Whitebeard was stronger than Roger and stuff. So maybe like further into the story, there's more like in depth of like how strong Roger is. I just haven't seen that yet. So
I think
I,
Roger eventually didn't go after the One Piece, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like he legitimately did not go for the One Piece after finding the poneglyphs.
no, that was his whole point. The dude didn't he hadn't looked for the One Piece the whole time, and then he realized he had like a year left to live, and was like, "Yo, Whitebeard, give me Odin, and I have a year to do this, and I'm gonna find it." And then he came back. He sat in the Floral Village with Whitebeard and told him everything about the name of D and everything about what the actual One Piece is. And then Whitebeard was pretty much like, "Don't care, don't care, got my family," and then that's what happened.
Yeah, he was like,
you want to hear
"This does not interest me," type shit.
you want to hear something I thought when I watched Princess Odahime get assassinated. My first thought wasn't it's probably Hody Jones. I thought it was Blackbeard because the only sniper I've really seen is in
Auger.
Blackbeard's crew.
Von
Van Auger.
Auger. Yeah. Okay. Fair
And I
enough.
was like, but then I was thinking
Forgot the
that
underwater.
well, that wouldn't make any sense because like I don't even know how old Blackbeard is
I
or
can't
his
even
crew.
remember if it was
38.
Hody. Like, I legitimately can't remember if it was Hody.
Does he know?
I'm not
Just
gonna say anything.
I feel like it's a spoiler if you say does he know when we talk about something.
He said something
It's
else.
such a funny meme.
I know you guys sent that. What was the other thing I said
I'm not
in
gonna
the
say
group
it.
chat
It's
where
not
I was
you.
like,
It's not
does
very
he
good.
know?
It's about Sabo.
Oh, he's
I
so
love Sabo.
he's so annoying.
What?
Does he know?
Also, this whole thing that Omar went on about how the reason Ace died was to show how important family and shit was to Luffy. He literally had that exact experience when they learned Sabo dies. He has the same exact reaction. He learns about how fragile family can be and your friends and how fast they can go away. So why so what he needs Ace to die what like 12, 15 years down the road so it gets in his head again. Like it's so dumb that Ace has
Let
to
me say
die.
something.
It's called a TM. It's a
Wait,
TB.
wait. I'm sorry, but let me just say this. At least I'm not the one that said Luffy should have not been in Marineford.
He didn't have to be there.
RJ, handle my light work.
Wait, what did
He
he say?
said Luffy didn't need to be a Marineford.
Like, does Luffy like
Yeah, but
legitimately like have to be there? Like, is it important?
there was a really big point to Luffy being there, and it was not even to save Ace. It was for Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world, to realize that everyone needed to rally against him. And Whitebeard's last final call was for the remaining remnants of the Whitebeard pirates. They said, "Protect Luffy." And then his last words that he ever spoke to Blackbeard were, after he realized who Luffy actually was, he said to Blackbeard, "The one Roger was waiting for you at the last island. It's not you, Blackbeard."
It's not
And
you,
then he
Teach.
died. Yeah, it's not you, Teach.
What
And after
I'm saying is that was there even because that happened when he gets to the island and Whitebeard meets Luffy, right? I'm saying before that there is no reason that points to you that Luffy is required to be at Marineford. It's solely Marineford is solely made to be an arc that is put into the story, so Luffy has to go through a training arc so they can put time
Yeah,
skip
no,
in.
it's
That's
not
what I
about
found.
No.
it's not about the training arc. It's about that every single Straw Hat has had a traumatic, any traumatic like losing somebody, and Luffy was the only one who didn't. You look at Zoro.
That's not
Zoro had
true
three
because he lost
people.
Sabo.
Dude, it doesn't.
That
It's not his. Dude, it's not his fucking. It's completely different. Like I'm talking about being hopeless and like not being able to do anything. Zoro lost Kuina the night after that shit happened. Robin lost her whole fucking village. Everybody, boom, dead.
Ohara
Nami lost Bellamere right in front of her.
literally got shot in front of her.
Chopper had the worst, I think, out of all the Straw Hats.
He was rejected by
Frankie
his
was
whole
abandoned and watched his adoptive father die right in front of him.
because of a
Oh, and
mushroom that he
Brooke,
gave him as well.
yeah, Brooke saw all of his crewmates die from infestation of a poison. What else?
No, it
It,
wasn't poison. It was
it was
they
the
were
poison
They're
trapped.
arrows. They
cursed.
died to it. It was the poison arrows. They died to them. They're
But
rotting. Remember? And they're like one last dance after we go because they realized they were dying.
I
well,
thought it was
they
the
were
shadow
starving,
curse.
bro.
No, they weren't. They didn't die from starvation. They got sick because of the arrows, or they got sick because like they got sick somehow. They all
Bro,
caught the disease.
bro, they were stuck in the calm belt. What are you talking about?
They died. How much I bet they died to disease?
Bro, they were stuck in the calm belt.
I thought it was Gecko Moria took all their shadows.
Yeah, and they couldn't leave the calm belt, bro.
All I remember is that no, but they died from poison.
They died from poison?
Yes, they died from poison, 100%. I can put all my
Mm,
money on it.
That's not the way the story explained it on in One
I
Piece.
promise you.
I
RJ, I
thought
mean,
maybe they
Austin, do you
took
remember that?
I because I thought it was the Gecko Moria took all their shadows because they got stuck and threw their bark in like that big cloud area, right? And then they died. But the reason that Brooke survived was because he had like that immortality fruit or whatever,
Yeah,
so
they
it brought him
revived.
back from the dead or whatever.
And he eventually
Yeah,
came back.
they died after facing two tragedies. Half of them contracted a deadly disease and left the ship, and the other were attacked by an unknown enemy in the Florian Triangle. Only Brooke, the acting captain, survived due to his Ilfur power. The main captain died from one disease, and then half the other crew died to that crumbling disease, and they also got attacked.
Okay.
That's how they all died.
Well,
Because if you
I
remember
remember
all
their
the arrows and
captain
shit,
dying.
if you
I
remember all
remember
the
them
arrows,
sending off their captain.
And
right?
if you remember, when they sang Binks' crew, they all knew they were going to die from the disease
Yeah.
and the poison. And then that's why when Brooke actually died and he woke up, he saw all like the deads of his crew. If you don't remember that,
Hmm.
All right, what
But
about Usopp? What was Usopp's traumatic thing? His dad left
his
him.
mom died, bro.
Mom said, "Bro," and then he has like chronic
What?
traumatic like brain like issues.
I'm just saying.
Bro, he lies throughout the whole story because of
Luffy
that.
had to have Ace die in front of him, and it's also great character development for Sabo because when you see in Dressrosa, you're gonna be like, "Damn."
Yeah, bro. And also to put on that, you need to realize what was going on, right? A
He died.
burning a Weaver card does not mean that you're going to die. It means that you're in some sort of danger.
Yeah, but Aces was like at a fucking crumble left.
Not when he was at Thriller Bark though. It was still a huge piece. It was just burning a little bit.
No, yeah, I understand that,
But
but when once
that's
he got the
what
impel down, that shit was goop.
yeah, and that's exactly when he took charge.
And I agree with you. I'm saying
No, it wasn't the
No,
Beaver
because
card. It was the newspaper
it was the
that
the
Beaver.
made
news
Luffy
He saw
change his mind.
yeah, it was the
yeah,
newspaper, but
because
he
he
saw it
saw
after.
how serious it actually was.
No, because also he didn't see the Beaver card until he pulled out the newspaper and he realized it was
Exactly.
super short.
Yeah.
And was like,
I
"Yo, get me on this fucking train." And Bo was like, "Yes, yes, daddy."
I still don't think he like had to be there, but
It was a development, and
I guess. But
I don't
then you
think
see in post-war that the same shit happened with Sabo. They have the same reaction. They're hopeless.
does he know.
No, he doesn't, RJ.
Well, I'm guessing Sabo's still alive because you guys talked about Sabo in the last
I
episode,
was
and
a
then I
bum.
saw Sabo die.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a secret.
Oh my god, I just got so spoiled. What am I gonna
It's
do?
not really, yeah, it's not
I was a
really a
bum.
secret. He's not a bum either, bro. He's a revolutionary. He's number 2.
Well, I could see him be joining the Revolutionary, and a thought I had, actually, after I said he died, and then you guys spent the "Does he know?" Then it made me start thinking, what if he faked his death? So then the people of what was it? Oh my god, it's like what was the kingdom's name? It was like
Goa.
G
The Goa
Goa.
Kingdom,
Yeah,
yeah.
I almost said
Because
Boa. That's Boa
Luffy's from
Hancock.
Goa as well. Like that's where they're from, Goa Kingdom.
Yeah, with like the Dawn and the mountain people.
Yep. Mountain
Uh,
Bants.
I figured, okay, well maybe he faked his death because they do like kind of show him on the ship like bleeding and stuff before the celestial dragon shoots him again. But it's like very quick, so you don't really get like to see the whole thing. They have like his hat there, but he could have always like faked his death or something. Used that snot-nosed little brat of a new brother that he had, or maybe it was a sister. I could not tell what gender that thing was.
Koala,
No, not koala. The the
Ivankov,
the the
Oh
like
yeah,
that's shoddy,
that's
bro.
no,
shoddy.
not Ivankov, not the other revolutionary. When Sabo goes back to his house
Sabo's
after
brother?
he's like adoptive brother that the family brought in who's another noble.
Was he adopted, RJ? I don't think he was
Who?
adopted.
Who?
Sabo's brother.
The
Which
really annoying one with the bowl cut.
He was adopted. Yeah, they adopted him in the
Oh.
family, and then bro was whole plot. He's trying to become a celestial dragon. He's like, Garp, put in a good word for me as the hero of the Marines. I'm gonna marry a celestial dragon, some fucking nerd. I hate that guy.
I figured he threw
A
that
bum
guy
and a
out,
bum.
and then to fake his own death, so then everyone in Goa thinks he's dead, and they all watch him die, but he actually joined
Do you want to?
Dragon. Well, okay. Well, no,
Bro.
actually.
Okay. Yeah, let's say bro got blicked and he was taken as the revolutionaries.
But I do like the revolutionary side of the story. I like Ivanka. He's super funny. Sanji is so annoying. I can't stand Sanji. He literally drops like good lines, like hard lines where you're like, damn, Sanji's like spitting right now. And then like 5 seconds later, he's like, Nami Chuan, Nami Schwan, Robin Chuan,
I'm gonna
nose
disagree.
bleeds.
He has the worst lines ever. Blove literally said, "Always forgive a woman who lies." Like you simp ass motherfucker. Like bro.
I wasn't talking about that. I forget the
No, I
line, but
know, but the Water 7 line, that shit pissed me off. And Chopper was like, yo, who is this guy? Yo, who the fuck is this dude?
yeah, but
Like,
that's
what
like
is he
Sanji's whole like character trope is like he's never like if you're a hot woman, he's like never gonna go against you.
He's the ideal, like, dude is like, just cheat on me, I don't care.
Whoa.
Sanji's, in battles with Sneeko right now.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh. Did you
Sneeko.
guys see that Sneeko video on Twitter about the kids, his fans that came up to him? and like it's like you reap what you sow. Finally,
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened.
so he's at like where was he at? He's at like a baseball game, right? Omar.
I think
Oh
so.
yeah, with a little pump or something like that, right?
I don't know if he's with Little Pump. I
I
just know
saw a
he
couple
was.
Little
videos
pump.
of that.
And like these kids come up with like F woman, F gay people, you know, and Sneako's like, you can tell he's like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Mhm.
And it's like, dude, you built this community. I don't know. It's like, you
I
know,
don't know. I don't know if he says all that. I think that just kids will be fucking kids, man. Kids are
Yeah.
fucking trolls. Like they do the dumbest shit. Like
no,
y-
that's what Sneako does though. That's what he was talking about. He has this like red pilled energy of like, you gotta believe in the religious things
I
and
think he's chilled out a lot,
He
personally.
has chilled out a lot.
I kind
yeah,
of fuck.
but he already has built that foundation of that fan group who found him through those things and think that like that's okay things to like preach
It's a
about and
mixture
be
of
okay.
everything because if you look at like the kids that like speed,
Oh God.
like it's
Yeah, they're all
it's
kids
bad.
barking
Yeah,
at
they're all
you.
One Piece fans.
No, oh, okay. And you're not?
Buddy,
Well, I'm just saying because Speed has Luffy as his profile picture, so
as
that
he
means
wears
they're all
the
One Piece
JoJo
fans.
shirt.
Dude,
Shout out
JoJo's is
Speed.
way better than One Piece.
Part one, part two, mid. Part three,
Yeah, I don't
top.
like part one or
Part
two.
five,
I didn't
go.
like anything.
No, part four, part five, part seven is the
I
best.
didn't
Steel
like it.
Ball Run
Stone
is
Ocean is good. They just didn't do the anime like
Didn't
the
like it.
manga justice in the
well.
anime.
Enrico Pucci is a subpar villain with insane cool powers. That's the issue.
How is he subpar?
Foo Fighters is the go. I fucking love Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighter.
Foo
Straight
Fighters.
up,
I feel like Foo
straight
Fighters
up Five
died in
Nights at
part six
Freddy.
like 3 or 4 times.
Bro, but she just puts herself back
Yeah,
together.
put them in a Whataburger cup and they're good.
The JoJo's the go. I mean, I love Johnny, but I'm not a Jotaro fan. I don't find Jotaro that cool.
I like him. He's one of
Like
my
the only
favorite
like
characters.
I was like, yo, I fuck with this dude. Like when he put the gun to his head in the beginning, and then the sand stopped the bullet. I was like, yo, he's tough because from but even before then, all we knew was, what was the other form that they didn't use stands. They used
Amon.
Hamon was so fire. I loved Hamon. Yo, when he
I
burst
thought it was
cars,
boring.
what? What? When
Well,
Jonathan
because
burst cars
Hamon.
in the volcano and they were just fucking straight like out fucking intelligently slamming him.
I just felt like Hamon to me was like very. Just like I guess like generic to me. Like I
That
feel like
wasn't
I'd
Ellie,
seen
bro.
that
Come on.
like it kind of like reminded me of Nen
It is Nen.
in a
It's
part,
pretty much Nen.
and like I just felt like, oh, I've seen this before, and then like stands come in, and stands are so unique and to me like revolutionary as like a power system that I don't know, I'm just like Hamon is just like left in the dust. I don't care. Like I like the characters in the Hamon era, like Joseph. You have like Zeppeli,
Oh,
Caesar.
he's the goat. Stop playing with my man Slick. I love
Um,
Zappelli. That's Bucciarati's great uncle, bro. Stop playing with him.
the first the first stone guy that Joseph fights in the arena that he gives like him a month to fight, that guy was cool. But then
Bro,
like the other
those
like
dudes were bums, bro. They got washed once my boy learned Hamon, bro. Like for
yeah, that was the
real,
other
they
thing is
got
like
washed.
I don't JoJo's is it's very like difficult with JoJo sometimes with how goofy
That's
these
early
stand
JoJo. That's
abilities are.
early JoJo. No, dude. But like, if you actually like part five, in my opinion, is the best because the stands are so stupid, but they make so much sense. Like Mista is the goat. Like Mista and
Yeah,
Bucciarati,
Sex
go
Pistols.
Sex
Sex
Pistols. He doesn't use
pistols.
number four because of bad luck. His,
Yeah,
his revolvers only have 5 bullets.
I
Like
think
what?
part 5 is the best anime version, but I haven't read the rest of the parts like 7, 8 or 9
Overall
or
Run
like
is definitely the best
10.
manga, 100%.
Are they I don't know.
Um,
Is it 10 or 9
JoJo
that
Land
they're
is
on JoJo Lands?
we're on 9 right now. JoJo Lands. Well,
Okay.
eight was JoJo Leon.
Yeah.
7 is Steel Ball Run. 6 is Stone Ocean.
I'm like on chapter 35 of Steel Ball Run
Steel
and I
Ball
have
Run is
been like
good, but
stuck.
if I can emphasize it, it's just Jonathan with a stand. What is he have? I think it's Tusk.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And then you have Dio with a dinosaur that can make dinosaur zombies, but he still has the world, which makes a little weird
Yeah,
sense.
Diego.
So
Yeah, Diego. Yeah, Diego Joestar.
And then the bad guys,
Well,
I
that's
haven't gotten to their stand yet.
Valentine. Funny
Yeah.
Valentine.
I haven't gotten to their stand yet, but D4C.
Yeah, D4C. Love Train. Oh my god, such a broken fucking stand. It's literally aimbot.
I need to get back into it and finish it because I enjoyed it. It's just like I got sidetracked and I just
Yeah.
stopped reading it.
8
So
is definitely has the coolest stands because you have the thing.
Wonder of
Yeah,
You.
Wonder of You is fucking crazy.
What is that?
And then isn't JoJo Leon's like a water stand kind of thing?
It's
Or am I getting that
wet,
mixed up?
wet, soft and wet, soft and wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
But
soft and
it's like
what?
an adaptation because you also have all the family trees are flipped in that because you have Yoshikage Kira, who's kind of like
Kita.
it's weird, man. That whole JoJo Leon sequence is weird because you have a guy who looks just like Josuke, but he's actually I'm not gonna say anything. But
Isn't
yeah,
the main character's name Josuke?
exactly. It's Josuke Higashita, but there's a guy who looks just like Josuke, and all the family trees are kind of like mixed up to the point where like Yoshikage Kira is
Like,
like,
don't talk
like
about my hair.
yeah, but it's like what's Killer Queen, bro? He's a fucking good guy. It's like just so weird. It's like you see all this stuff and it's like, yo, they mixed up all the family trees and it's like kind of hard to understand. Like they need to make an anime because they
I
even
don't know if this is.
they try fixing the family trees in the SBSs and they're like, yeah, this is what happened here in this alternate timeline. This is what happened here. This is what happened here. And you're kind of just like listening and you're like, bruh,
What?
this is a mashed potatoes versions of part 4 and part 5 mixed together.
Well, I don't know if this is a hot take. I think Kira is like the best JoJo villain.
Fuck yeah.
No, not the best. Okay, Dio's
And
the best.
okay.
Kira is second though. I think Kira is way better than Diavolo. I think King Crimson's like a really cool stand, but Diavolo is such a shitty villain. And
Nah, I
like,
don't think so. I really don't. I actually like how ominous Diavolo was. The thing about Killer Queen was really cool because he reminded me so much of Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. He
yeah,
was so good playing. Like honestly, Yoshikage Kira, the thing about him, he was so like he blended in perfectly. Like you have this whole backstory, this guy who doesn't want to excel at anything or be bad at anything to the point where he can hide himself.
and then he
And
pulls out a
it's
female's hand, and you're like, what the
yeah, he's like, what
fuck?
the fuck? And then he pulls out this whole monologue, Nandan Sandai, Watashi no Yoshika Kira, and he like goes on this whole fucking like line and then blows up your boy.
He cuts his fingernails. Yeah, he killed that little troll kid.
Bro,
Who I
I'm so happy, bro, when they fucked them over when they won the lottery.
Bruh.
When they fucked that when he fucked Josuke and what's his name? Yes.
uh
Uh
Oshi. Oh man, Oshikage or
Zahanda.
something. Yeah, dude, I love Zahand.
Such a broken ability for such a like an idiot character.
Oh,
Zahan?
Okuyasa. Okuyasa is
Okay,
his name.
Okuyasu, yeah. Okuyasa. Dude, the guy, anything he touched evaporated. Like,
He
into
just
thin air.
swipes it with his right
As long as
hand.
he swipes it, like, you're gone forever. Like, literally, like Dragon Ball Hakai. Like, you are atomized. He has a hollow purple. Like, as long as he just claps his like, he's insane, but he's such an idiot character. He doesn't know how to use it. Like, in the whole last fight against Yoshikage Kira, and like, the Killer Queen, and then the little transmission things blowing up the bombs and sending the bubbles, he could just
Yeah.
swipe them away, and he doesn't realize that, and he blows up and dies.
Bruh.
No, he swipes it. Remember, because in the final fight, he swipes it, and he's like, he comes
Yeah,
back because he pulls it towards him, and then he has that, I think, a really cool like monologue where he's like,
it's cool, but
I
like,
don't know where the things in my hand go or whatever, but I still swipe it. But, I mean, that's like the rundown of it, basically.
can we all just his brother's stand was funny as shit. The little army green
Oh
soldier
my
dudes.
gosh. Yeah, and they're like, and they were fucking up Josuke too,
They were
hitting him
slamming.
with like plastic bullets and shit.
Dude, Crazy Diamond is probably the weakest JoJo stand though, to be honest.
No, all of JoJo's
No. I'm saying the weakest
or
stand
main characters.
out of the main characters. Yeah. Dude, what is actually contending with um?
Dude, I think Stone Ocean is way worse.
Dude, what? Like, what does Shiny Diamond do? I mean, not Shiny. What does Crazy Diamond do better than Stone Ocean or Stone Free?
I think that I think the brawling JoJo stands are better, and it literally can reconstruct anything.
The string ability is insane out of Stone Free.
I just don't I just didn't like it as much as Crazy Diamond.
It saved Jotaro like 3 times.
Yeah, but so did Crazy Diamond.
I don't know. Crazy Diamond just felt like a Muda
Crazy
Muda.
Diamond literally rebuilt his whole leg when he gets shot by that like weird rat stand or whatever when they're out in the
It's a Muda
mountain.
Muda stand.
Crazy
That's all it
Diamond
is.
sounds like a crazy dude.
It's a Muda stand.
Well, how much JoJo's did you watch, RJ? I mean, not RJ, Elmar.
2 episodes maybe. I didn't like
He
it.
hates JoJo.
2 episodes and you're talking shit about it?
I'm not really talking shit about anything because I didn't watch
You said
enough.
you said
I
it's all
didn't
bad.
watch enough. I didn't watch enough to say really it's bad.
I
I'm
put
just
it
like,
on in his house, and he will not watch it because the art style is not his liking.
I mean,
Oh,
no,
one of
it's
these
not even the
guys.
art style. Like, I don't even mind the art style. It's just
called it
there's like
sucky.
one season that I watched, and it was like about this girl. It was like the first episode, and I like put it through, and I'm like, she's in jail. What's going on
You
here?
watch season 6.
Yeah.
Of course you don't know what's going on.
I was
Yeah.
just like, okay.
It's like starting One Piece at Fishman Island.
But no,
Yeah.
wait, because everybody says it's non-chronological. Chronological.
That's not a word.
Yeah,
is
thank you, RJ.
chronological.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so why does it matter
The
if
o-
I start
the
at
only
season
arc-
6 or season
The
1?
only arcs you can actually watch without any background is probably Steel Bar Run, which you can't even watch yet, and probably Golden Wind, which is part 5. But you still need to know a background of who Dio and Jotaro are. That's it. That's literally it.
No. I think you need to watch all. I think part 5
Yeah,
is still critical to the other
No,
parts.
part 5 is not, because if part 5 was, then it would have been critical in part 6. And for all we know, Enrico Pucci turned Giorno without him knowing into spaghetti paste.
No, what? No. Literally, when Bohemian Rhapsody
Bohemian Rhapsody.
is taken part in part 6, and they show the Mona Lisa. The people fighting the things in Italy is Giorno's new gang with stands. It's like, so he has a part to part 6,
Bohemian Rhapsody is crazy.
and even like, because even part 5, you have Koichi in part 5 for like half of the show. He's in there sprinkled in because he's from part 4, and the whole point of part 5 is investigating Dio's long lost son, which is Giorno. Right?
I don't know.
I get RJ speechless. I just destroyed him with facts and logic.
I guess so. I mean, hey.
No,
Well,
okay, so it's chronological in the sense of like each part runs into each other. Because if you start at part 6, then you're like, who the hell is Jotaro? Why is he important? What are these stand abilities? You know, where does Jolene come into play? Who's Joseph? Like, who is this Enrico Pucci guy talking to this Dio guy about the world he wants to live in? It's just very confusing because you don't have that background knowledge. So,
yeah.
but part 3, I do think is still a 10 out of 10. I do agree though that part 3 sometimes like drags on a bit
Yeah, you know
in
what?
some point,
I'll
or it's a
probably-
little bit too long, I guess.
Where should I
Part
start?
3
Should I
is
start
so
at part 3?
long. So long.
No, you start at part 1.
All right, I'll watch it. I mean,
Part
I'm
1
not-
is my man.
Part 1 and 2 are not the best JoJo, but they're still crucial to the story.
Part 2 is the funniest JoJo.
Okay.
Yeah, because Joseph's hilarious.
No, I
Alright,
thought it
I'll
was
watch
yeah,
it for the
Joseph.
comedy,
Yeah,
Whatever.
Like the
Joseph-
first
Joseph is
episode, he
pretty dope.
literally is getting attacked by that guy, and he just jumps out the window and he just Tommy gun and just starts spraying the fucking bar down and
Yeah.
shit.
So, let's talk about this debate.
What
Zoro
debate?
versus Sasuke, who wins?
These debates are so stupid, in my opinion.
It's a little stupid, but it's like at the same time it like makes sense. But it's a little.
I
Stupid.
really can't answer the question though either because it's like,
But I think they're relative in speed.
yeah, me too.
I think Zoro. I mean, I think Sasuke has so many hacks.
He might, but Zoro can probably deflect everything.
Zoro can cut one meteor. What does he do to 6?
Did Sasuke take out 6? Is that what you're saying?
Do you not watch the final battle? Bro was like, "Yo, hold on, hold my bijou," and then just encase the motherfuckers into asteroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
It's the real point is Luffy could probably take on Fujitora easily. I'm not you know, I'm saying light words, but I don't think Zoro can beat Fujitora yet.
I mean, if Luffy can like swap hands with Kizaru, I think he can handle.
Well, Luffy's not swapping hands with Kizaru right now. He's giving Kizaru the work.
I feel like Luffy is not gonna fight Fujitora. I feel like he's gonna like try to be like, no, I don't want to fight you. You're so nice, yada yada yada, and then
The reason why I think Luffy destroys a lot of Shippuden is not because of his strength and because of his speed.
just
It's
keeps
because his
getting
hacks are so broken. No, it's he can like when Rasengan turns into a fucking NBA basketball game.
literally.
I think Sasuke has a better chance than Naruto to actually beat Luffy.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
because
here's
isn't
the-
Luffy's like one weakness like swords? or
Swords.
something? Yeah.
Swords.
So okay, so he might have that.
Can we bring it to the worst theory ever curated that has aged like horrible milk in all of One Piece
Okay.
that still survives on Reddit in like 2010,
Oh, no.
2012 is that Zoro joined Luffy as a pirate hunter to defeat the king of the pirates when he becomes that.
Oh.
That theory wants to make me barf, just throw up.
When like, is this
It's
like
an
a
actual
recent theory
No,
or old?
it's a very old theory that Zoro joined Luffy's crew because he saw his potential and was like, I'm gonna capture the king of the pirates. That's when I'll become the greatest swordsman. It's like, dude, I just want to throw up
Well,
in a bag.
So, well, like when does theory come out? I guess in the show, where would the show have been?
Before Thriller Bark. I think that whole theory died after Thriller Bark was like, damn, something did happen.
So they literally predicted that, and then the arc after literally disproved it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, though, you want to hear another really bad theory that One Piece fan? I'm a big One Piece fan, but I can admit that One Piece fans have the worst takes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they're
we,
so
we
bad.
could tell that you guys are One Piece fans.
Dude, bro, this is before hockey. They said Rayleigh's sandals were made out of sea
Sea
stone.
stone.
That's why he blocked Kizaru.
Okay, see, like I could see that coming from people not learning about hockey yet, though. Like you gotta understand, they don't know about hockey before time skip, so it's kind of like, well, how else are they gonna do this? I don't know what hockey is. I don't know this imaginary thing that nobody knows
But we,
about.
no, but we did because in the beginning scene of Sabaody and before Kizaru, he uses Conqueror's hockey and Rio to get off the shackles off that one slave mermaid.
But it's heavily hinted in that scene.
And we don't know, but also there are so many times in Marineford where Whitebeard's scrapping with all the the Logia admirals and he's able to hit them, and it's kind of like, huh?
why don't I put it like this? Let's say we see kind of the world through the Straw Hats' perspective, right? Bear with me for a second. And we would be able to see hockey when they are able to see hockey. So when Luffy got back, we were able to tell that all these fucking people on the Grand Line had hockey like it was a normal thing. Like armament was normal and not conquerors, but observation was probably normal. And you know, Shanks is friggin' an observation killer. He's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
So
also
we
it's
don't-
kind
so
of
we
like,
don't know.
why really? Like, why would you think it's a fucking like sea stone sandal? Like, you know how
Because
heavy
that's the
would
only
be?
thing. Yeah, because that's the only thing that could really like hold them down during that time. Think about it.
Not
like-
really, because we saw hockey already, and we've seen so many like I think the first time Whitebeard hit an admiral, or like Marco kicked the out of Kizaru was kind of like, hold on, how did he just hit a Logia Devil Fruit?
Yeah.
Like, there already was an explanation there. So
But
it's
did
like,
the theory come out after, like right after he stops Kizaru, or is this a theory that came out like after Marineford came out? Because if they brought up the theory that it could be Sea Stone, like during Sabaodi's coming out, how are they supposed to know what happens in Marineford?
but that's also what I'm saying. They saw beforehand when Rayleigh pretended to be a fucking slave and he took off the shackles off that mermaid slave, and then he did the hockey. You hear the sound effect, you hear all this stuff, and then everyone goes, "Whoa, how did he do that?"
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, this guy has sea stone thoughts. Like, no. um,
Well, what about this is a debate. This is a counter argument I always see because I saw on Twitter today. It was like that whole Bajrang gun, and it was like a bunch of size comparisons between like the Naruto verse
yeah, it's like 30
and
Tails.
and like One Piece, and every single person who's like talking about Naruto winning or like someone from the Naruto verse, they always said, "What is Luffy gonna do when he gets hit with a genjutsu?" What? So like, what would you guys say to that if someone's like,
You
like,
need
if he gets-
chakra. in order to get hit by a genjutsu. It's heavily implied all throughout Naruto, even said that in order for someone to be under a genjutsu, they either have to manipulate the chakra that's within you, or if you have a special dojutsu like a Sharingan, you can at free will manipulate their genjutsu through ocular abilities. If Luffy does not have chakra, which is not haki, there are two different things. If you want to equalize it, go ahead. But it's always been implied as well, even with Naruto having the Nine Tails inside him, with special training with Jiraiya, that said if you have a strong enough will, you can break out a Genjutsu no matter what it is. And we saw Naruto do that against Itachi when they were going into the fucking Akatsuki thing arc. Like he's done it time again. So like if Luffy has all this conquerors hockey, even if you equalize the verse,
Yeah, he's not
anything
getting caught.
other anything other than Arini Sharingan, like what Kaguya did to unveil like the tree, is not gonna do anything to him. I don't think so, at least.
No, I don't think so either. The way you put it, like a little before, I was like, oh wait, maybe that's like his one weakness, but then nah, you kind of hit the hammer on it, so to speak, because like yeah,
Like maybe someone like Sakura will get wrecked by like like Kurina. I mean not Sakura. Maybe someone like Nami like would get wrecked by like just straight up easy Kurenai Genjutsu. But I don't think anyone with Conqueror's Hockey would get wrecked by it. Like,
no, yeah,
What
I
about
don't think
something like
Zoro.
Ino's jutsu where she like mind transfers?
That could be interesting.
but you also have to remember you have to let that thing hit you because you remember how slow it is. You remember
Yeah.
how slow that shit is. Oh my gosh, Shikamaru had to like literally put someone in a shadow entrapment for like a minute just for it to reach him. Like no
Yeah.
One Piece character is getting hit by that because of they have hockey. Like they're gonna be like, yo, what is that I just saw on Future Sight, and then just dip.
Well, my whole thing is like I don't really. I think it's just all stupid arguments. I think the whole anime side of like Twitter, TikTok, whatever you want to call it, these like the fans that always want to pit characters against each other. I just find it so stupid because like every show has a different power system. You can't equate power systems like just like you said, like it works on someone with chakra. So like what's the point of even like trying to be like, oh well like Itachi would body him because he has a genjutsu, but it's like Itachi's strong in Naruto, but like if you put him in a different verse, you have to then like switch out his chakra for like say like if he goes into One Piece, like it's more like you need to
You have to
change his
equalize
stuff
it,
into like a
yeah.
devil
Yeah.
fruit.
So the
And
reason
I
why,
just find the whole thing
But
stupid to like be
yeah,
like, what would happen if Ichigo and Naruto fought? It's like, who cares? They're from different verses. Same thing with Dragon Ball, like the
this
whole
yeah.
Goku versus Saitama thing. Is so stupid because it's like they're like, well, he's the strongest in his verse. He's strongest in his verse. We should put them together. But it's like
Goku's not
we
even
don't
like
have like
20 in his
proper
verse.
power scaling.
yeah, I mean,
The issue that I have with people that are like Saitama beats Goku and they're like so heavily bent on that is kind of like, well, look at this Jupiter. He blew up half of Jupiter, Saitama, and then you have literal like
If he
sayings.
blew up the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but you have like literal sayings in Dragon Ball that go, well, Beerus and Goku fighting is a threat to the whole galaxy. The whole galaxy's shaking. It's about to crumble, and it's like, damn.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
and like
look, I
technically,
mean,
the strongest character in all of anime is like the super spiral monster from like Tengen Toppa because they're literally walking on galaxies and they're throwing whole galaxies at each other in the
I would say
fight.
Zeno. I'd put Zeno because Zeno snapped his fingers and one of his universes was completely gone.
well, I mean, the reason why RJ said that to begin with was because we've actually had this conversation before, and I've tried to equate hockey and chakra, and I know I'm wrong, but at the same time, if you have to equalize something, you would have to take hockey and chakra and kind of combine it into two, into
Oh yeah,
one.
I understand that. It's just weird because they work kind of the same but very differently.
Yeah, because like if you like run out of I mean, if you run out of chakra, you could lose. You can't lose your life. Can you lose your life? I'm pretty sure you can if you have really low
One shot
chakra.
of chakra, you're dead. Chakra is your oxygen.
Yeah, essentially. And then hockey is
Because the
like,
8 gates, you take all your chakra and you
Yeah.
use all your
yeah,
chakra in the 8 gates, and then you
yeah,
like what's the expend your life force.
yeah. But then you get to hockey, and it's like in some moments you see that wastes your energy so much. Hockey. So it's like, is it the
That's why
same?
that's why hockey is such. I'm not trying to shit on One Piece here, but hockey is such a flawed like ability
Hmm.
because barely anybody uses hockey in One Piece to begin with. But once you learn how to use hockey, they're like, oh, well, you can't use that much hockey. Like you see Zoro's arm when he's using Enma, and it's like getting smaller because he's using too much of hockey, and you're like kind of like, bruh, why are they making this like chakra? It's not like chakra. Hockey is legitimate willpower.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole show, it's like that. And that's why it's pissing me off. It's like you have characters who can spam hockey attacks for 14 days straight, like Akainu and Akainu and Aokiji, but then you have like, ugh, Luffy's out of hockey. But then there's like, there's too many life forces in One Piece because like they're like, oh, your voice isn't hockey. Your voice isn't hockey. Your voice isn't hockey. Your voice is like your actual like your soul and your being. Like once your soul's gone, like blah blah blah, you're just dead. But it's like then you have like, oh, what's hockey? Hockey's like this whole like chakra-esque thing, but it's really not. And it's so stupid. Like they just never explain anything, and it's like you have all these different types of life forces in One Piece, and like which one is the actual one? Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're running out of time, but when I just want to ask this last question to everybody. What's our craziest theory that we've heard in like the past week or so? Any anime, really? What do you guys got?
Well, I can give you a really good theory that I'm actually really liking with right now, and it's that Yuji is the real honored one, and it's not Gojo.
Okay.
That Yuji is essentially the same byproduct as if, because Jujutsu Kaisen is very emphasized on Bleach,
Okay.
and the way Bleach storyline works is, I mean, like if you watch Bleach and you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, they're very similar series in the way that their main character gets like throned in a sense. And you have Yuji, and then you have Ichigo, who is the byproduct of all these different races, and then becomes not necessarily the overpowered one, but the one who has the ability to improve above all else. And that's the same thing that's happening to Yuji, essentially.
Interesting.
Austin, why are you
But,
rubbing your face
but
like
I'm
you
not.
got
But
a
I'm.
beard?
But I'm not gonna dig into it because if I reveal too much, that's already said. Then
Yeah,
the
but I
spoilers
like that
go.
theory.
But
That theory
whoever
is pretty
understands
dope.
will
Actually,
understand.
that's pretty.
Well,
dope,
I'm listening to the theory and I'm like taking it in. You know, how some people like,
Let's just say Yuji has
okay.
two dads.
My thing, I'll do like a JJK theory, I guess, because okay. So preface: if you haven't watched any other episodes of Wano Bros, me and Omar are anime onlys for JJK, and RJ's caught up on the manga. For me, I haven't read the manga. I don't. You haven't read the manga, right, Omar? You haven't read any of it.
No,
I
no.
think this episode that's coming out on Thursday is. I'm getting the feeling that Gojo is about to go ham, and he's gonna kill civilians
Can I give you one
because
word?
no.
Rubik's cube.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
No, no,
know
That's
no.
all you're gonna
exactly
get.
what you're talking about.
Rubik's cube,
I know
and then
And I
exactly what
think
you're talking about.
I think
I
that
didn't even read the manga, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
so I think that Gojo is gonna like kill innocent civilians, and he's gonna go ham because he's kind of giving off that energy of like, you think just because these freaking civilians are here, it's gonna stop me from kicking your ass. Jobo, Jubo, Rubo, Roku, whatever the hell your fucking name is,
Jogo
volcano guy.
Hanami. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Jogo
but
I
Hanami and
mean, he's
Choso.
already a little crazy, Gojo, so I wouldn't be surprised. But at
also
this,
Choso is. You only see him for a little bit in last
He's a goat.
episode,
I
but
fuck
he
with
is so
Choso heavy.
cool. I liked
All
his
the mutilation.
cursed energy, jutsu, whatever the fuck you want to call it, jujutsu.
His blood sorcery.
But and like on the JJK thing, I just want to add this too because we didn't really get to it. Again with the fucking animation garbage, like
yeah,
these people
fuck you if you
complaining.
complain about that
I
shit.
loved Mechamar versus Mahito.
Yeah.
No. The grasshopper fight this week. It
I
was the
liked it. I thought it was cool.
grasshopper.
It felt like JoJo's.
It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
and guess what? I saw the manga panel. Go look at the manga panel if you hate that
Same
scene
thing.
and go and tell me how they should have adapted that because it's literally the same thing. The drawing, you don't see the fist and this whole like hate on it. Omar liked the tweet, by the way, that I posted on Twitter about it because I quote tweeted it and I said exactly what RJ just said. That's literally how Aura Aura is animated with Jotaro, and you never hear people go, "Man, you
People
can't tell what
love Buddha
happens in
Buddha,
Aura
bro.
Aura." Yeah, so don't be hypocrites
I
and
have
just
one more.
enjoy the show. Like, just watch it. If you don't like it, you know, get over it.
I
Is all
have
I gotta
one more
say.
theory before we go, and it is a theory about Yuji's domain expansion.
Ooh.
It is insane.
Yeah.
Like you said, people get mad when Yuji somehow throws hands when that's all of Yuji's ability. Divergent Fist, getting Black Flash is just smacking the shit out of people. Like Yuji is just straight up hands,
Mhm.
and like We know like before you get like a whole domain expansion, you get like a simple domain and all that. What if Yuji's like domain expansion is just him in a boxing ring, and there's no curse energy, and you just gotta fight the motherfucker?
Oh, that would be
Like
sick.
Yuji would smack anybody's. We know Yuji's like this like gifted athlete who can throw rocks like hundreds of feet.
The
Like he would
Japanese
just
Mike Tyson.
he literally bro. He's like, you ever seen Doctor Stone? He's like
Yeah.
the strongest high school like that. Like
The
Mhm.
fucking
yo, like
Tsukasa guy.
if his domain
Oh,
expansion is
hate
just
that
like a
guy.
UFC like octagon and he's just beating the shit out of you, like that would be so crazy.
That would
And
be
you
Like,
look
so
to
I
your
would watch
left,
that so
and
hard.
it's Dana White commentating it.
It's gonna look that Mob Psycho sequence where the guy's shooting.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, guys. I think that's about it for today, guys. Thank you so much for whoever tuned into the Wano Bros podcast. My name is Omar. That's Austin. This is RJ. And see you guys next week. We come out every Tuesday. Our schedule is we try to post every Tuesday. If we can go live, we will go live. But if not, like today, we had a little technical issues before the podcast, so I decided to record. But if everything goes well and we know everything's good, we will be going live on Twitch. Remember to follow us there. And thanks you to everybody who logged in today. And guys, if you want to say your goodbyes.
Yeah, follow us on Twitch. Come by next time, have your notifications on, and when we go live, come in, drop some takes. We'll talk about it. That's something we want to do more is interact with you guys, and see you guys come in the chat and drop if you agree, disagree. I'll argue with anyone about any anime opinion. I don't care if you want to come at me for my Marineford 6.5. Attack me. So
By the way, watch Bleach, not like these two fodders. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the. Thank you, everybody. See you later. We need you.